to another edition of Action 14. I'm Mike Briggs. I'll be bringing you information from the city, from the school, and from the arts. I start out with the city. Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here with our TV 14 viewers, Mike. Thank you.
It's been a busy summer, and it's only going to get busier. But here we are near the end of July, and it's just all sorts of things happening.
I can't believe what is all going on, and it's only July.
Right.
And there's more to come. It's just getting crazy.
Well, let's talk about a couple things that made the paper, made the news. The first one would be Sartori.
Yes.
You now have, next Tuesday, the city will do a final vote on a TID 11 for the Sartori building.
That's correct. They're expanding to the east, and that'll be about a $5 million assessed value.
Now, when you say to the east, though, we're crossing.
No, they're staying on the same side of next to their existing building. They'll be adding on to that first, and then they also took the option on the 2 lots on Sartori Way for future expansion.
Yeah. So what we're talking about, we go out past where Sargento is building.
Right.
Keep driving and then look to your left.
Right, to the north side of the road.
And you'll find a sign that says Sartori Way.
Correct. W-H-E-Y.
Yeah. And that's where they're building.
That was special,
and
yeah.
That's where they're building.
That's where they're building. They're adding on to the existing facility. And it'll be probably in the $10 million range. Industrial assessment comes in around 50 cents on the dollar.
Okay.
But it's very important that we have increased assessed value, and we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. But the increment is what's so important as we go forward.
And so they'll be hiring more employees. They've already announced 25-ish.
25. It'll probably be a few more because when they add, they do it conservative to start with.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And there will be a lot of automation in there because that's the trend.
Yep.
And so it's going to be exciting to see how they blend everything. Of course, they purchased one of the cheese companies out in California.
That's right.
So there's a lot that's going on in the corporate setting, and it's very exciting to see the next generation grow.
It's when you think about how good cheese has been to Plymouth, it's only getting better.
Every time I go somewhere, I always say, do you eat enough cheese? Eat more cheese? It's kind of cheesy, but it's good.
Oh. Well, let's talk about another thing that brings us from last month, and then that's the Plymouth Library renovation. That's starting to do some things here.
We have received the word that the library board and the foundation have reviewed the renderings, the proposal, and they are moving forward with a fundraising, I guess called fundraiser, to do the fundraising.
Okay.
So that the timing isn't out there yet. I think all of that has to be synchronized a little bit, but they're definitely looking at the 5+ that we talked about previously at the council meeting and in the news. The estimate is that they will do a fundraiser for about $2 million. And then we will, as a city, step in and do some bonding as well.
Okay. So it's going forward.
It's going forward. I think that the ball, it's always slow because you're dealing with private and government. And even though I signed the checks for the library, it's kind of in the state of Wisconsin, it's kind of separate and distinct under its own kind of system in the state. And we work very closely with them. We approve their budget, but for all practical purposes, they're standalone. And we've looked at other communities that have had library renovations, new buildings, et cetera, at how they put their financing package together. So with all of that information, we've discussed a developer's agreement, a working agreement with the library board and the foundation on how we as a city can participate. It's not as easy as a TIF district,
Okay.
which TIF districts are hard, let me tell you, going through so many of them, but this is even harder because it's such an unusual aspect. And but I think we're coming together on a lot of items that need to be agreed on, and I see them bringing that forward in the next month or two.
Okay.
And putting more information out. But I would say we are probably 99% agreement on how to go forward. It's up to them to decide when to make that first step.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing some bonding. It won't be this year. Next year, we've already bonded 11.7, which will come forward next end of this month for 2 years of bonding. So we'll be packaging that with our next bond issue, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. So there'll be some things happening that we'll know about in the very near future.
I think that they'll start unwrapping that package and putting information out. Whatever they put on the library website will also duplicate on the city website.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're the controlling force on this.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the items that keeps people have been talking about is the fact with all this building going on and et cetera, sewer and water services.
Well,
We're in a struggle here.
we're kind of in a catch-22, and it hasn't happened overnight. We've been at 95% of our capacity for sewer and water handling now for probably 4 or 5 years. And we keep edging up, and then we get lucky and things back off a little bit. But with all of being at 95%, we've known for probably 8 years that, okay, we're going to have to do something to expand our sewer and water capabilities. And we're looking at that. We don't have numbers on it. If I say 10 million, that's a guess, but it's probably not too far off. There's a lot that goes into, and it's been like 30 years since they last improved the sewer water system. So we need a water tower on the east side of town,
Okay.
which is one of that's $1 million item by itself. So the infrastructure that we need in order, we have to pay for it. And of course, the industrial expansion that's been going on now in our TIDs from number 7, 8, 9, 10, and now 11. All those are industrial, residential, and commercial, so that all of that starts adding, and actually the industrial and commercial don't add a lot to the sewer and water. The sewer and water is added by residential. The commercial and industrial helps pay for it. And so it's critical that we have the right combination of industry and commercial development so that that's spread across the entire tax base. And our team, the A team, they're really a good team that we have at the City Hall and the utilities. We've been looking at this for 4 or 5 years, and okay, if we do this and we do this, you know, when's the jump off point? And with all of the residential that we've approved, including earlier this month when we approved the 60 unit apartment down along the 67 curve by Newman, and of course they're breaking ground already. When all that comes online, which is going to be from 2 to 4 years out, we have to be able to handle that.
Right.
And so our capacity will be in the overflow state. So we know where our deadline is on that, and we're already starting to put things together to see what that cost factor is going to be, and then hopefully build out for like 20 years, because it's been over 20 since the last build out. So you don't build just for today, you have to build for a new capacity level. And we're looking at bringing that forward probably, let's see, when it's 27, 28, and it'll take a year for construction. So more construction on the way.
Well, you've got so much construction going on. You just mentioned the building going on is started on 60 off of 67,
67. That's the Newman development.
Yeah, which is the southwest side of Plymouth.
Yep.
But let's also just talk east of the high school here, east of the football field. They are going gunners down there.
They are moving dirt.
They sure are.
We hope to see some activity, actual foundations and stuff in September. Wow. There's a lot that goes into doing that, and quite honestly, they've been on hold for 2 years, so they've been chomping at the bits to get moving, which is nice because they're ready, and the jump off is happening. So
yes.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of earth moving.
Yep.
And that one I think is very interesting from the slope of the land instead of being a tabletop. This is going to be kind of unique. I'm looking forward to seeing how
many
they...
units are we talking there on the east side of the high school?
Oh, I think it's in a neighborhood of 115, 116. All single family, 2 and 3 bedroom. It's
Small
tremendous.
lots.
Yeah, they're a little smaller lots than the rest of the city, but that's part of the forward fund with the local companies that have put in $2 million each. The county put in $2 million, and the city 4 years ago, catch my timing here, we committed $2.5 million in loan proceeds, revolving loan proceeds for that. So there's a lot of money in the pot to help finance the construction going forward, and it's very exciting. We're looking at their first phase, probably depending on the weather in the winter, over winter or spring, but that is really exciting. It's quite a layout. I'm very anxious to see it in real life.
Yeah.
I've seen it on paper for years, and it's like, okay, let's get down to the brass tacks here. So,
Okay.
but that's exciting, and
Yes.
you know, those. We did a study about a year ago. Kapoor did a study for us on our infrastructure, and we knew these projects were coming. What do we have to do in order to be able to build? Because you can't build everywhere without having, water doesn't run uphill, and so part of the infrastructure cost in all of these TIDs is going to be financed from the development within the TID. And that's the beauty of tax incentive districts, because the base rate that is taxed at right now, think of a cornfield. There's not much tax on a cornfield. So that tax keeps coming in and being used as it always was. When you put structures on it, homes, building, commercial, whatever the case is,
Increases
industrial,
dramatically.
it increases, yeah. And as that increases, it goes to pay for those infrastructure costs that when we reach capacity comes to all of us in the way of taxes and utility costs. So we're expanding that tax base dramatically to offset those costs to all of us. Knock on wood, it should come out pretty close to even.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the design. Numbers will prove it out eventually, but from what we have, the last 4 TIF districts will all participate in paying for those infrastructure costs. So the timing is very critical to having this activity now for the next 4 or 5 years. And then, of course, a tax incentive district lasts for 20 years. So we're in the numbers are looking better all the time.
Okay, good.
As interest rates drop, our numbers look better because our cost of financing goes down. So we're very excited to see that interest rate come down as well. Last time I went to Washington, one of the big comments that I made talking to our legislators was, don't tax municipal bond interest because they're tax-free. That's the thing that helps us do build out in communities. It's very critical.
Okay, all right. But anyway, we've got a lot of building going on, and we've got one other item that's really exciting, I think, and that's the fact that Kmart's been closed for a decade,
Oh,
easily 10 years.
easy, yeah,
And,
probably longer.
And there's a possibility of it being open now, but not as Kmart as,
As a new corporate headquarters for Carbless.
yeah.
And this has been quietly proceeding along for some time. We're excited to have them participate in the community like other corporate partners. And we're very fortunate to have Carbless want to give back to the community. There's going to be a lot of structural changes there simply because the building's been empty for a decade.
Yes.
And then, of course, some of their final plans, they've talked publicly about some of those plans. They've talked to us about some additional things that they would like to do there. The zoning is correct for them,
Oh,
which is very important that they can proceed with very definite plans as quick as possible.
yeah.
So we're excited to have them make that their new corporate headquarters and a community gathering place.
Yeah, you see, that's it. It's going to be more than just company headquarters.
Exactly.
They're talking
yeah.
about having gathering places
Yeah.
that looks like it's going to make it fun.
It will be the entire, well, they own half the parking lot. That all has to be redone.
Certainly.
So, there's a lot of things there, but that will be a focal point for the city, another addition of excitement that won't just be a business building. And so we're looking to partner with them in a couple areas to be determined. But there too, this is all part of developers agreement and negotiation. It's very exciting. I'm very happy.
Yeah, and it's very exciting. It's going to take a little while.
Oh,
It's not going to happen next week.
no.
I would say a year or two.
Yeah, a year or two. I think you could see some activity sooner than that, only because they have to get in there and construction takes place. We won't see a lot from the outside as they move along on different aspects to it, but certainly I would say in a year you'll be able to get some idea of what they're trying to do, and we're very appreciative of their efforts.
Yeah. Another item that kind of exciting is the fact that we've got work I see started on the Lions Dog Park in downtown Plymouth.
It is. That is something to highlight the downtown area along the river, to enhance what we have done as a city with the parking lots and moving activities down by the river. The Lions are a phenomenal nonprofit partner in the city, and their efforts should just be complimented all the time. They work their tail off to raise money, and they invested in the community. The dog park is a little bit bigger than it was, expanded a little bit, but it'll be much more available, and there'll be lighting in there. So it's exciting to see another investment by a group in the community. Yeah.
It's going to be, it will also take some time to put together.
I would, yeah, it takes a year for all those things to grow and, mature and things like that. You can put a lot of the base stuff in, but then you have to wait for grass to grow and different things like that. But I would think by September, October, it'll be really taking shape real nice. Yeah, it's going to move pretty fast because they're very excited about getting this project off the ground.
Yeah, we've got one other item that we need to talk about because it's been a struggle for the last few years, but it feels like good news on the Mill Pond Dam project.
Very exciting news, finally. I mean, I've been holding my breath for 3 years on that dam project.
Now, let's make sure you spell it right.
That's right, yeah. They have finally agreed to all of the parameter numbers on The floodplain, I think someone said they went back to Noah, but I'm not sure about that. But anyway, they have agreed to the provisions that the dam build out will do. And fortunately, we had a couple torrential rainstorms that proved our numbers right and the historical numbers to be way off. So a combination of natural events took place, and that really helped us to convince the DNR that we're on the right track in the way the design is. It will be implemented and go forward. That is long overdue. What this really does is it puts the 27 project now in the front of getting it done. Everything has been on hold because you can't do anything until the checkbox is taken. So we're now looking at final approval between now and the end of the year. We had bids before, they'll have to rebid it. Unfortunately, that means higher costs
Yes.
because material cost has gone up. Could be another $500,000 to $1 million. It's just the price of waiting on things, unfortunately. But that will still be a 27 project. The drawdown will happen in the springtime, construction in 27, and knock on wood, by the October of 27, they can start to refill the mill pond, and things will be working once again. But
Let's hope so.
that's been long overdue.
Of course.
So, but we're pleased that it's moving forward. We borrowed the money, it's sitting in the bank doing
Right,
nothing.
right.
And matter of fact, if we got it sitting there too long, they come after us and say you're not using it. When they asked us the question, we said we can't use it. The DNR won't let us because the project isn't approved. Oh, okay. So
But now we're on the verge. It is getting approved.
it is. It's moving along through the final steps in the process, and we should see something in the news later this year.
Good.
On some of the actual timelines. But that's all kind of waiting on what the engineers say, and the rebidding, that scares me a little bit. It's going to go up. The
Yeah,
price is
nothing
going
you
to
can
go
do.
up. Nothing we can do about that. I might have to go to Madison again.
But you did
and-
have some
and
money
plead.
available, you see, so
Yeah.
we can get this started any time now.
Well, we got $1 million budget grant, and then we found another $650,000. We might have to do some more digging and scratching around and talk to our legislators and our governor, and we don't know what the costs are going to be.
Right.
But is this going to add $500,000? Absolutely, yeah, unfortunately, and it's just the way it is. But if you want to see what the finished product looks like, the dam out at the marsh
Right.
is exactly the same dam, almost to the inch. So if you want to see it in its completed form, go out there, enjoy the scenery, take a picture of the dam and say, okay, now this is going to come and replace this one.
Yeah.
and it should, but it'll take time. We just, we've redefined the word patience in my vocabulary.
But if you think about all the things happening now, we're going to be building on the east side, on the west side. We're going to be, downtown is continuing to build.
Yep, yeah, we're really going to town.
Yes, it's going to be a very very busy fall and winter and next summer and spring.
Next summer will kick off in a high gear because everything will already be in the start mode,
yeah.
and we'll start to see buildings rise and things like that. And so that's always exciting when you start to see finished product
Right.
pop up, and that's the part that we as residents get to visualize, and it'll be good.
Yep. Well, I want to thank you for being on. You've given
You're
us a lot
welcome.
of information. There'll be more information next month because things are continuing to move forward.
We always have something in the hopper, so
Yeah.
we'll have something for you.
If you want to be part of what's happening in the city, go to the city council meetings. They're the second and last Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. in downtown Plymouth.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Come and see us.
Thank you again for being on.
You're welcome.
When we come back, I'm going to be talking with the arts, and so stay right with us. You're watching Action 14. Welcome back to Action 14. As promised, we're going to be talking about the arts. I've got Donna here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mike.
Lots of things happening at the Arts Center now.
For
It's going to be a
sure.
busy summer and fall.
It has been a busy summer so far.
Yeah.
We just finished Kids from Wisconsin
Yes.
and had nearly 300 people here at the Plymouth High School.
Well, that's very good.
Yeah, so we were pleased with that. Of course, we always want more than that, but we'll take nearly 300.
Yeah, that's good. And I was hoping that you would get a good turnout.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was a great show.
I try to wrap my head around why do they come to Plymouth every year? Part of it is they get a good show.
They have a great show, and they love our community. They love our sponsors, and they, they really like it here. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe they'll be back next year. Who knows?
I hope so.
Yeah.
And we really couldn't do the show without our sponsors, so we really have to get a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Too many to mention here today, but without them, we couldn't do the show.
Right. One thing we should talk about is 3 shows coming up. There's only 3 shows of Mill Street Live left in
Yes.
the calendar.
And it's such a powerful show. I hope everyone gets a chance to come down and see it. The kids are doing a fabulous job. Again, the whole cast of 11, they're all from Plymouth. You're going to know them. They've been in a lot of shows here at the high school. And just, sweet kids and very talented.
And those are what nights?
We have 3 shows. We have 2 Friday nights coming up. We have July 24th and July 31st, and then 1 Sunday afternoon show at July 26th.
Yes, and so those are, you have 2 Friday nights and a Sunday.
Right,
And that's it then.
that's it.
Yeah, but that's
It's a
not.
short season.
But it's not the end of entertainment down there, is it?
It isn't. It
We've got
isn't.
we've got great stuff coming. Circle Friday, August 14th. The night of,
The 22nd annual,
isn't that something? For 22 years, the Jazz Crawl.
yes.
Unbelievable.
And we have a huge silent auction again this year. Our assistant, Cindy, has gathered some wonderful prizes. You're going to want to look at those on 32 auctions because the whole entire auction is going to be up online for anybody in the community to bid up until 9 o'clock the evening of the Jazz Crawl. So you can bid from anywhere, from your couch at home or come to the Arts Center and bid there, or from one
yeah,
of the other venues.
I'm telling you to come to the Arts Center because music starts up sometime after 4:30.
Yes, 4:30, right, in the plaza and inside.
Yes, so you've got 2 shows happening starting at 4:30, both at the Arts Center. One inside, one outside. And so you come down there early, go inside, and start putting your name on the silent auction.
Yes, please do.
And I have a few things.
Well, good. You can always make room for more.
Make room for more. But that's the silent auction is a huge benefit to the Arts Center.
Yes, it's basically the only fundraising part of the event for us, aside from, a few bar sales or whatever. But the silent auction is where we make our fundraising money for the year.
And so things start out at 4:30, and understand this, there will be food available. This year, who do you have serving the food?
This year we have Juniors Eats from Sheboygan Falls.
Yes.
And something new for us. Wanted to try something a little different, but they're going to have a nice jazz crawl menu, and they'll be available from 4 o'clock until right up till the end at 9
Yeah.
o'clock, depending on if they have food left, they'll
Yes.
continue to serve.
And so, again, I'm going to tell them my advice. My advice is to go down at 4:30, put your name on as many items as possible that you might like to have. And because you have many sponsors that do put things together for you that you would
Yes.
really love to have at home.
And all kinds of themed baskets and overnight stays, and it could just be anything that the local businesses would like to give us. So we accept all gifts, and we still are. So
Yes.
anybody wants to.
At 4:30, you're down there. Now it's time to decide, what do I want to have that they're serving? And you'll have a menu that will be fantastic,
It will
I'm
be.
sure.
Yes.
And so you have
absolutely.
beautiful music inside and outside, and you have supper right at the Arts Center.
Right. And, if you don't want to eat there, all the other venues are serving food. So you can take a walk and, have food at the other venues.
Yeah,
too.
now let's talk about the other venues, because there's going to be 8 bands playing in downtown Plymouth on Friday the 14th.
And 4 of them are right there at the Arts Center.
Yeah,
so
you
don't-
got 4 of them, you see, because when one ends inside and outside, another one will set up. And so then you've got a second set of bands playing down
Right.
at the Arts Center.
Right. We kick off the early shift with the Gypsies. The Gypsy Swing Chicks are going to be back, and they play for an hour and a half. And then inside we have Bella Music playing for an hour and a half. And then we switch over to our late music, which
Yep.
plays until 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So we have Paul Zuckerman playing out in the tent with Erin Krebs with her jazz quartet. And then inside we have Donna Waddell back, and we haven't had Donna since about 2019. So we're really happy to have her
Yeah.
back, and she's very well known in Milwaukee and plays at numerous festivals, and I think she's even playing at Elkhart Lake this year.
And then you just go across the street for other music, because just across the street, we can go all the way down to the Moxie Cafe and Catering. They've got a trio.
Yeah, the Chalk Down Trio.
Yep, and that starts at 6 p.m. to 9. And then just up a ways, you've got the Plank Road Distillery and Big Billy's.
Tonic Roots is there again this year. They took a year off last year, but we were lucky enough to get them back
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
Plank Road Distillery will have that. And that starts at 6:30, and then at 7:30 at Big Billy's.
Yes, Sue Russell is back there with
Yep.
her quartet, and pretty sure that Jeff Stoll is joining her again this year.
Is
and
that right?
He's a local favorite, has a lot of relatives in the area, so come out and see Jeff.
Yeah. And then and probably the latest one is Wild Shots.
Yes.
Wild Shots will start at 8 o'clock and run till 11.
And Janice and Joe are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a really nice mixture of music, and some of it's very danceable, so bring your dancing shoes.
There you go. But the neat part is that you've got 4 bands playing at the Arts Center. The other 4 bands are at 4 different locations just across the street.
Yes, it's pretty compact this
Yeah.
year, all within walking distance, so you could kind of come and go and, have music in a lot of different places just right in a couple blocks.
That'll be so much fun.
It is. We won't have the trolley this year because we don't really need it.
No.
So, just bring your good pair of walking shoes and your dancing shoes.
Right. And at the same time, let's talk about one other item that's happening. Again, the Jazz Crawl, Friday, August 14th.
14th.
Starting at 4:30 in beautiful downtown Plymouth. And at the same time, then you also have a show that's going to open up on the 14th, a
Yes.
new exhibit.
It's a brand new exhibit by the Cedarburg Artists Guild, so it's over 30 members of theirs. They have a membership of like 200, but only 30 of them are going to be showing in our gallery. And they'll have sculpture, paintings, wood pieces, just a nice variety.
And that's also then will be available to view on the 14th. You have a big, I'm gonna say, show of the people, of the artists, the next weekend.
Yes, we have it's like a, meet the artists event the following Friday. So we have found that the evening of the jazz crawl gets pretty hectic, and so the artists don't really get a chance to talk to
Right.
everybody. So we bring them back on the 21st, a week later, and then we have a party. So we don't really have much time off. So we just set it all up again, and we have a big party and serve appetizers. And of course, we have
you'll have the Chicks there again on
Yes.
the 21st.
live music, yeah, because they're only playing for an hour and a half for us, so we'd like to bring them back so they have a full evening of entertainment.
Yes.
So they'll be with us for 2 hours on the 21st.
And so you've got the jazz crawl on the 14th, you've got an opening of art on the 14th, you've got a number of items to place bids on.
Yes,
And then the week after on a Friday, you're going to have the artists there to talk about things.
yes. So they'll visit with you. You can enjoy the music and appetizers, and maybe even purchase a piece of art.
You never know. And hopefully could also then stop in at that time and pick up some of the items that you have won by putting bids on.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to be part of what's happening with the Arts Center.
It is, and we have lots of classes coming up this fall, and so if you're interested in classes or maybe our theater event that's coming up in September, come down and check it out, or check out our website or our Facebook page. We have
Yes.
a lot of information there.
You should also, yes, you should go to their website and PlymouthArts.org. That's Plymouth Arts with an S at the end, PlymouthArts.org. And they will show you everything that's happening in the order, and also there you would have a spot that you could actually connect up.
Yes, you can purchase tickets right through our website, or buy a membership, and of course print out a schedule. So it's all right there, and of course you can always call us. We're always happy
Yep.
to talk. On the phone.
920-892-8409. 892-8409.
Yes.
And that's PlymouthArts.org. It's going to be such a wild couple weeks, huh?
It is.
Getting ready for the 14th.
Yes.
Well, when it's going to be,
The whole
well-
summer is wild for us, so
Yeah.
it's nothing new.
but for over 20 years, because I remember the first one.
Yes.
Back when you had this great idea to do this, and because there was golf happening in Kohler, well, let's see what happens. Well, we don't
Yes.
need them anymore.
Well, we can thank Jason Sobronic for kind of giving us the idea of the crawl.
Oh, okay.
Because we were going to have just a jazz event at the Arts Center, and our helper at that time, who was Eric Frank, he said, let me check out the band director at the high school and see if he has some ideas. And so then Jason said, well, why not have more music, and put music in a couple of venues, and check out the venues and see if they'd like to do it. And so we did, and that's how it happened.
Now here we are 20 plus years later going, it is so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just say good luck to you all of that. Good luck with the art. Good luck with the 3 shows left, folks, the 3 shows left. And all happening at the Arts Center, PlymouthArts.org.
Yes. And we do have a few more days for Ken's show. Ken
yeah.
Paneer has his Then and Now show on the wall in the Great Room up
Yep.
until July 31st. So if you want to tour that.
Yep.
And I want to give a shout out to Dan Buckman from the Historical Society and Katie Riley from the Sheboygan County Historical Research Center, and our mom, Beth Dipple, who came down and helped facilitate our event that we had, the stories behind the buildings. So we had a storytelling event last
Okay.
Saturday, and it was so much fun. And lots of stories came out, and there's more to tell. So we're going to
Okay.
try to keep it going. And so, we did take some video, so hopefully we'll put together some kind of program.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming. It's been such a special evening talking about all the things happening in the arts.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, it's great. When we come back, I'm going to have the superintendent here. We'll talk about a few things getting Ready for fall already. It's part of the school system. We'll be right back. You're watching Action 14. Welcome back to Action 14. As promised, I've got the superintendent here. We'll be talking about several things in the school district. Summer school just ended.
Just ended last week, another great success.
Yes, and now we just get ready for the school year is upon us.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, mid-July, and yet we know summer's flying by.
Yes.
So it's going to be here in a heartbeat.
You've been doing some hiring lately and trying to fill up all the empty spots. And
Right. I don't think people quite understand the amount of time and energy that goes into that, even through those summer months. So we still have several positions that we're filling as we head into August.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something that you had a week ago. You were up at the hill.
Yeah,
with
Nut
Nut
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah, right.
And it was 90-some degrees out.
Yeah, that wasn't our game plan to begin with. We were hoping for 75. We got 90 plus. But,
Yeah. But you had a nice gathering of people that you always gather once a year.
Right.
And discuss what have we done?
Yeah.
What can we do better? What should we change? What should we add on to?
Right. It's really our opportunity as an administrative team to meet with our board members. And as a board, we report out how we performed this past year in our key performance indicators, and we've got several of them, as you know. But then also set the goals for the upcoming year and map out where we're headed in the months ahead.
Yes. The one thing I want to start with is not that. I want to start with the fact that we possibly have another elementary
Yeah.
class or school.
Yes. Yeah.
And Dina Budrecki has claimed that she will be the principal for 1 year of it.
Yep.
Talked about that. That seems marvelous.
Well, we're always trying to meet the needs of our kids and appeal to families within Plymouth and beyond, right? And so we look at things creatively, and this was a unique opportunity that really Dina Budrecki and her team have put a lot of time and energy into to create an opportunity for 4K students to have a forest-based Montessori school
Yes.
that they can attend right out at Camp Anakiji. So we're very excited to work with Rachel Blessing and her crew out there to provide this opportunity.
Yes, and it seems I would love to be young again because
Yeah.
those kids are going to have a great
Oh,
experience.
I'd be right there with you.
Yeah, they're going to have a great experience.
Yeah.
And so I think 20 students.
Right. We're at 20, and really, you know, as we look at the numbers, 18 to 20 was really that sweet spot. We may go 1 or 2 north of that, possibly, depending on square footage, depending on aid support, things like that.
Okay, all right. But the plan is the board will approve it tonight, and we move forward.
Yeah, we've got a memorandum of understanding that we discussed last week at
Yep.
our committee of the whole, and tonight it'll be up for a vote.
Yep. One of the things that you did talk about on Nut Hill is some things that performance objectives or standards that you try to live up to, and you have so many of them.
Right.
Well, I don't say so many, but you have several that we want to do a little better every year.
It's all about growth.
Yeah, all about growth. And so part of it is the fact that to have growth with, let's just talk about first daycare.
Sure.
Okay, daycare. We want to have more daycare available in the
Right.
Plymouth School District. We have climbed a bit,
We have.
so there's some positive there, but we need a bit more.
Yeah, no, there's always a demand for our youngest students and care of our youngest students. So our crew through Community Ed and Rec did a fantastic job increasing the number of students and therefore families that we were able to serve this past year. So they did a tremendous job.
And then when you get done with that, there's always talk about how was our performance with students coming to school? Did we have as much absentees? Did we have,
Right.
et cetera?
Yeah, we have our 4 pillars, of which academic excellence is one of them. And we chart how we're doing as far as our kids meeting or exceeding standards in ELA and math.
Yep.
So yes, we see growth, but we set very rigorous goals. And really, it's about setting rigorous goals and improving. If we don't meet our goals, okay, but let's see that growth, let's see that trajectory, and let's plan for next year. How are we going to get better?
And across the board, We have climbed.
We have.
Our math is much better.
Yep.
Our reading is much better. It seems like we're getting there.
We're on a good path, and it's a lot of work from a lot of people, all of our people who work with our kids. But it starts with the talents of the people who work with them, solid curriculum, melding the two, making sure we're looking at data to drive our instruction, and putting processes in place so that's rather seamless, or it becomes easier, second nature to us. So yeah, we're working at it.
One of the items that probably we've got to get better at is increasing enrollment. Okay, because numbers are down.
Yep.
We don't have as many, parents aren't having as many kids anymore.
Right.
And so that's part of what we're paying. But at the same time, we need to make sure that all of our students in the district come here.
Right.
Plus, we would like to increase the possibility of students in other districts deciding that Plymouth is the place I want to go.
Right, and that's where innovation comes in. You know,
Yes.
we just talked about the forest-based Montessori.
Yeah.
That's one possibility, right? So yeah, we certainly want to hang onto our own, and if we can draw from the outside, wonderful. 80% of the districts in the state have declining enrollment because, to your point, people are having fewer babies. You know,
Yep.
that's our reality. But we're not going to sit back and use that as a crutch or an excuse.
Yeah.
We're going to get after it.
But at the same time, I just had the mayor on earlier talking about homes being built
Yeah.
in the next 3 to 5 years. We fill those homes with families, we could get back up there.
That's the hope. I mean, I drive on 67 coming into town every
Yeah,
day. You know,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
developing going on there, a lot of activity. We're in the midst of our enrollment study with MD Roffers out of Madison.
That's true.
They should wrap up their enrollment forecast and it should take us out 15 years or so, but that should wrap up this September. And then they'll report to the board. That information will help us pick up our conversation from last fall
Okay.
and hopefully be a springboard for us. So we're excited to see that, and we're hopeful as well.
Yep. All those things have been very positive in the school district, but I don't think we exceeded any of the percentages. We've increased,
Yep.
but I don't think we exceeded any of the percentages.
As far as meeting goals, you mean?
Yes.
There may, in my memory right now, I think the number of students participating in high school activities.
That is
We
correct.
hit 81%, I believe, and the
Yeah.
goal was 80. So again, great. 81% of our kids are involved in at least one activity, but we're going to keep ratcheting it up. We want to
That's
see
right.
all of our kids involved.
That's right. The more involvement you have, the more days you come to school,
Right.
the better everything is.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you've got increased purpose, enjoyment,
Yeah,
you name
yeah.
it.
We'll finish it up here by talking about the fact that we had Community Ed gave you some information, and they've had an increase of
Right.
participation.
Right, that was another success story where we exceeded the goal. You know,
Yes.
Community Ed looks at their offerings and the number of people who participated in our offerings. I forget the number, but whether it was 4,000 to 5,000, somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah.
But the number of people taking advantage of all that Community Ed has to offer here is fantastic. But we want to continue to build that relationship between our community members and the district.
So that's not part of the student group.
Right.
But these people that participate in Community Ed probably have students or
Sure.
relatives that they say, come to Plymouth.
Right, parents, grandparents, you
Yeah,
name it.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on. We had so much information.
Right.
That you actually spoke about up at the Hill.
Yeah.
And hopefully next year you'll even have bigger percentages.
Right. I mean, a lot to celebrate and a lot to look forward to as well.
And I want to say, when we meet next time, it'll be August,
Oh.
and we'll be ready to open the doors.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very busy month for you.
Right. And the week after we talk, I think staff is back in buildings. So here we
Yep.
go.
And then here we go with the fair, and now it's time to roll out
right.
another year.
All good.
It's already getting to the end of July, and it's been fun.
Always.
It's been fun. It was so much fun having the young students here for summer school.
Warms your heart.
Oh man, to see those 4 and 5-year-olds running down the hallways
Right.
and preparing for 4K.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I
bet.
want to thank everyone for watching. And until next time, I'll be seeing you on the radio. Bye-bye.